Hello everyone, welcome in. We've got the first game of the Minish Cap Any Percent tournament. This is going to be round one. We got atxmartin versus Commande Fenetre. We are going to have them starting in a few minutes' time. We're just going to wait for them to ready up and then we can send them off. Yeah, looks like they're ready, so we're going to kick them off. Alright, and yeah, they got their countdown timer started. Cool. Right, and they are restarting at the right time. Let me just adjust this. This is a little bit of a impromptu stream. I've had to throw this setup together quickly, but off we go. First round of the tournament. So who do we have today? So we've got Martin. Martin's a long-time veteran in the Minish Cap community. They participated in the last tournament, 2018. And yeah, currently they are I'm not sure which position on the leaderboard. Let me just pull that up and we can see. Let me get everyone's thing up. Yeah, so Martin is 8th position, and Commande is 18th. Their PBs at the moment, Martin has a 131.17 and Commande has a 135.49. This is round one of the tournament, and the way the seeding has been arranged is it's top seed is placed bottom seed, second to top seed is placing second to bottom seed, and so forth. So we're going to have a bit of slightly one-sided matches in round one, but that isn't to say that this race is already over. Commande does have a bit of an uphill battle, but there is absolutely no there's no calling the race already at 2 minutes in. This is a tough game. There's lots of mistakes that can be made. Commande's a relatively new runner, but they have a really good time on the leaderboard, honestly, for the amount of time that they spent playing the game. As I said, Martin has been playing this game for a long time, whereas Commande is again a relative newbie. Yeah, so we're going to be spending a while going through the intro, and I don't think there's too much else to say. Everyone's on playing the Japanese version. There's only one version of the game that's worth speedrunning, it's the Japanese. For actual platform, Martin's playing on Switch and Commande's playing on emulator. When it comes to timing differences, Switch is faster. All of the saves are faster, and it runs at a higher frame rate. So it's somewhere on the order of 20 to 30 seconds faster. But typically races aren't going to be coming down to 20 for 30 seconds. But we'll see how things go. So the most notable thing that's happened so far in the beginning of the run was they both reset their games, and in order to do an RNG manipulation to get a blue rupee in the Smith's house when we open the chest for a pot, there's going to be a rupee there. They both got that. That's very easy to do. You just need to make sure that you roll 2 times before entering the room, and you don't do any extra rolls, and then the RNG's at the right value. Alright, so we're now at the first, movement section of the run. Once you get the Smith Sword, we can finally escape the castle. Intro's done, and we can start doing a little bit of typical gameplay. So we're going to see how people's, movements going here. Martin got a bit unlucky there. There was a Octo in the way. You can dodge them by rolling through them, but it, like they just did there, they managed to get a roll through and mitigate some damage. Really nice timing on Martin's rolls there, managing to dodge them. Commande unfortunate there, the one right in the way. Yeah, Martin getting another hit. You just want to try and minimize the amount of hits that you get, but it comes down to a lot of RNG of, are the Octos going to stood in the way? Are they partially in the way, but you can do some slight adjustment to your movement to avoid them? That can be a huge optimization factor of the early game. Really, the biggest factor of not taking much damage is that you just don't want to have a death in Deepwood. Also, you can go out of your way to get some health in Deepwood if you get low on health, but it costs time, so the more damage you take, the more time you have to waste going to do safety strats, so you just want to try and mitigate that as much as possible. There's a 732 slap for Martin, and for Commande it's a 743. Right, so something really special here. Martin managed to get this earlier, in their practice. There is a extremely tight movement that you can do here. You have to roll as Minish through this section, and if you do it absolutely perfectly, I don't think they got it. You can land on this lily pad. It's insanely precise. It was believed to be TAS only for a long time, but Toads came up with a setup to do it more consistently, and they've managed to do it twice in runs, and Martin's managed to get it once in a run. I managed to do it from a practice save, so it's worth going for because there's no downside to failing it. You can just save 3 seconds. By just getting an earlier cycle on that lily pad. But yeah, it's extremely precise. You need to be doing multiple frame perfect rolls. There's only a handful of frames. There's like probably 2 or 3 frames of leeway in terms of the inputs before it doesn't work. But the new setup makes it much more human viable. Alright, so we got the Minish village section. We're gonna see, are people going to get the movement to land on the ladder? Is Martin gonna land it? Nice. There's a very precise position that you can do a roll sideways and hit that ladder. There's a nice little time save you can get. One of Martin's biggest strengths in this game is their early game. They have had the community golds, community bests in a lot of the early sections of the run. They've spent a lot of time fully optimizing the early game section of the run. So it's not going to be surprising to see them performing extremely well throughout this section of the game. I didn't catch the time Martin went into Deepwood. I don't know if it was a sub 10 or not. I assume so. It looked pretty clean most of the way through. They got hit twice by enemies, but it wasn't too bad. Command's got a little bit bullied by that slug room. They had to do a slightly different movement because of the slug pattern that they got, but they recognized that the slug pattern was bad and that they had to do the adjustment to make sure that the slug doesn't bully you. But yeah, Command just got bad luck there. Martin getting very nice movement here. They got a damage boost there off of that puff stool. The puff stalls are completely random. In this game, the enemy movement is just completely random, so you're just having to adjust how you move constantly based off of what you can see the enemies are doing. But they do have fixed spawn points, so we do, like, if you do rooms enough times, you get a feeling for how they're going to behave. Like Martin there, it's like, that guy, that was really unlucky that they just decided to go and get right in the way like that. That was just unfortunate. Yeah, Deepwood, there's a lot of RNG involved in the enemy movement here in Deepwood. Like this flying enemy, the Pesto, can completely ignore you, like it's doing with Command here. Or with Martin, they just ran at them immediately at the start, and you just have to completely vary how you're doing, and just it's all reaction based to what you see the enemies doing. Alright, we got our small key. We're going to go back through the barrel and go to the top right section of the dungeon. There's going to be a bunch of like water sections here where you have to pull the mushroom. We just learned visual cues of when to release to make it across just in time. Now, we are in a tournament, and this is like a race setting, so there are lots of strats that you can go for that are super risky and will save like fractions of a second that people will be going for in PB attempts, because if you don't get it, you just reset and start a new run. But this is a race. We can't. We're not resetting here. We're going start to finish, no resets. It's first to finish. So we're going to be seeing people take things a lot safer, go for more consistent setups for strats than you would normally see in PB attempts. So yeah, things like pulling to like get over the water. They're going to be trying to do that as like safely as possible and pull it an extra, 40 seconds just to make sure that they fully make it across the cap. Okay, so we got the first mini boss, Madapilla. This guy's random. You ideally want to get a 2-cycle. I think Martin's going to be getting it. Yeah, looks good. How's Command going to be there? That was a fast one from Command hitting the nose at the start. And then we get the Gust Jar. Yeah, and Commande looks like they're doing the 2-cycle as well. Alright, with the Gust Jar, we're going to head down into the basement, do some lily pad movement. Lily pad movement is... It's annoying, but you just have to memorize and count the amount of times you need to use the Gust, and then try and react to the enemies that get in the way, but there's not really too much you can do about them. Just hope that they don't get in the way. Martin is getting a little bit low on health. Commande as well. They've been bullied a bit here. Martin just taking it safe, dodging those enemies. Nicely played. Commande gets hit twice. They're a little bit low on health right now. They're going to have to play it safe and kill this guy before... Ooh, one hit! No, no! Oh! Commande gets a death. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. They could have got a health drop after the Caterpillar fight. And they were right by a pot that was going to have another heart, and I'm sure they would have gone for it. Yeah, a death in the Deepwood basement really hurts. Yeah, now they're staying. The enemies are going to stay out of the way. Yeah, I haven't timed how much time you lose if you die here and have to go all the way back through. It's gonna be a minute, more than a minute at least. In the meantime, we're going to have Martin heading into the first boss, Green Chew. I had it right the first time. Green Chew. This is a pretty simple 3-cycle fight. There's almost no RNG in what the boss does, except for the amount of time it stays on the floor, and then in the last cycle, how many times it decides to jump. But all of this should be exactly the same. That jump at the beginning is also RNG, but it's pretty uncommon. Martin got very unlucky there to get a jump. That only loses a couple seconds, though. Yeah, the amount you need to hold the Gust Jar on the boss is fixed, so we just learned that. Yeah, the amount, you can tell by the amount of slashes that you do how bad it was. I think Martin got a really long duration there. And they're getting bad luck here. It's going to be jumping 5 times. But they did get the perfect Gust Jar uses and only get 3 jumps. Normally you get 4 jumps if you do things pretty well, but if you manage to nail your Gust Jar uses almost perfectly, there's like 3 or 4 frames in it. Then you can get you can get the cycle to be even 1 less jump, and it's only 3 jumps. We saw roughly a 1730 from Martin. That's pretty typical. I'm sure they would have been hoping for a little bit less. We see people getting 1720s, but in a no reset setting, a 1730 is perfectly fine. Alright, we're going to see what Commande's luck is in the final boss here, in the final round. Okay, we're getting jumps. And that was a 3 jump as well. Nice. Yeah, Commande's about a minute down at this point now. Yeah, a minute 10. Now that might seem like a huge disadvantage, and it definitely is, but if you fail Octomanip, if you do Octoclip and you fail the manip and you get 2 ink, you lose a minute. So this is there is a lot of swings left in the rest of the race. Alright, so with the first dungeon down, we're going to be heading back to town and just doing some things. We're going to be grabbing the Kinstone bag, doing the save and quit to skip the cutscene, and getting our spin attack. We also grabbed bombs along the way. Exiting the Minish Village, Commande's going to show it here. We grab a bomb here and we do a damage boost through this those rocks there. The items the rocks drop are random, and we like to see if we can get 3 of the same item in a row. We call that the jackpot. It's a blessed run if you get the jackpot. Alright, the first glitch of the run is going to happen. Martin's getting up to it. They're going to stand by the sign, walk over the road, and then void out. And then that's going to respawn them at that at the sign. The road just isn't treated as safe tiles for Link to respawn on. So as long as you only touch road tiles, then the last safe tile it determined was the grass. So yeah, we pulled the guard out of the way, respawned, and the guard doesn't have time to go and block us, so we just leave. And we don't need to teach them how to. We don't need to show them that we learnt the spin attack to be able to do that. That saves 1 second. It's a really small time save, but it's fun. We do it. Like, you know, it saves time. Might as well go for it. All right, Martha's picking up rupees in Mount Crenel. Ooh, they lost. They wasted a bomb use. The bomb didn't explode on the cave entrance. The early run with the amount of bombs you use is a little bit tight. Any bombs you waste are gonna come back to hurt you later on in the run. In sections like the last and second to last dungeon. Unless they go out of their way to get more bombs drops later on. In this section, you can waste 1 bomb for free, and it won't have a huge impact. If you waste 2 bombs, that's you're gonna have to do one of the you're gonna have to do the first room of the upcoming dungeon without a bomb. And that's what you have to pay attention to when you're doing this section, is like make sure that you don't lose your bombs. Yeah, so Crenel overall is going to be kind of similar to Deepwood and Minish Woods, where, like, the main thing you gotta pay attention to is just enemy movements. A lot of this section is very determined by enemy RNG. It can be worse. You just try and minimize the amount of damage you take. We didn't care too much about doing damage boosts earlier, because at the beginning of Crenel, we have to go and get some rupees, and it's in a fairy cave. So we go and get a free fairy drop from there. And then after leaving that cave, you're on full health. And then from that point, you just try and minimize the amount of damage you take from that point on. But yeah, enemy RNG is so wild in this section that you can end up taking a lot of damage just from the sheer quantity of the number of times enemies can get in the way, and then the the likelihood that they will actually get in the way. One of the other really important things for the earlier section in Mount Crenel is we go and get some hot spring water, and it's we have it bound to like our button. If we accidentally press the Commande has it on the B button. If you accidentally press the B button, you dump it on the floor. That's gonna lose a lot of time because you have to go all the way back and go and get it another bottle full of it to pour it on the beam. And you can't just not press the B button because we need to press and hold B whenever text appears on screen to make the text go fast. And then we mash A, R, and direction buttons to make to actually close the text boxes. But you need to hold you're basically either pressing B or A at some point during the section, so it's just a little bit scary to know that you can accidentally press the button and you lose a lot of time for a seemingly minor mistake. Martin's now on Penal Peak. They had to navigate one of the dangerous sections, pulling a mushroom across. There's a Tektite and a P-hat, and they didn't give them too much grief. Yeah, Martin's health's pretty good in this section. There'll be a small handful of enemies between here and the next dungeon, which they're unlikely to take damage from. But if you're on around about this health, you'd normally just go into the next dungeon and continue like normal. If you take any more damage and go down to 2 hearts or lower, there's some health at the beginning that you end up picking up. Commande's also got some a decent amount of health right now, and it doesn't look like they're going to get hit. Oh, there's a Tektite here. This timing doesn't look good. Oh no, the Tektite hit them. Yeah, the Tektite is down to your timing and how quickly you get to the mushroom. Unfortunately, Commande pressed R to grab the mushroom, but the R button is contextual, so instead of grabbing, they did a roll, because the R button does both of those actions. And that gave the Tektite enough time to come over to them and jump on them whilst they were trying to pull the mushroom. Yeah, Martin showed off some nice strats in those previous rooms with the pulling a mushroom from across the gap with Gust Jar and killing an enemy at the same time. It's a nice swag kill. And then yeah, the bomb strat to blow up the switch and then roll to get a pot with a red rupee. That red rupee is always in that pot always drops a red rupee, but it's not flagged or anything. It always has one, so you can leave and re-enter that room and just farm red rupees if you want. It's an odd thing, but it makes sense for us to get a free red rupee at that spot there, and it gives us enough rupees. Well, when we get in the next dungeon, we're gonna get another 50 rupee so that we can buy the we'll buy the mushroom later after the next dungeon, and that lets us get the boots. And that will be the last thing we need to care about rupee-wise. There's a decent amount of stuff that we have to buy. Oh no, come on. Struggling with the mushroom. If you press right against that block is a little bit rounded, so it's got a rounded corner to it. So when you push right, it pushes you around the corner to the top, and you end up getting pushed up into the void and void out, which sucks. Alright, come on. Martin's got the beginning of Cave of Flames now. They went out of their way to get some help just to play safe. And again, they're playing safe by... They didn't use their own bomb. They used a bomb, a bob bomb. Because they wasted one of their own bombs, so that's fine. They also made sure to note that they had they had already picked up a green rupee earlier on in the run, so they didn't get a text box there. The first time you pick up an item in a run, in the run, you get a text box to tell you that you've picked up this item. Because it's the first time in the game that you picked it up. And we normally get a green rupee for the first time in that room. But green rupees are RNG drops, so sometimes you get them from other spots. This pot they throw has a guaranteed bomb in it, and then they're going to try and fire a bob bomb at that. Nicely done. Alright, this fight. Are they going to get good on RNG? They get great RNG. 3 dudes all in one go, and then they're going to get the quick kill on the final guy. That was a really nice room. That fight can suck, and they got good RNG and capitalized on it. Alright, these spike beetles, please stay out of the way. Those, yeah, that's just more enemy RNG throughout all of these sections, right? Commande's going to start their section of the dungeon, whilst Martin just finishes off the minish section and does some platforms. Commande gets a roll lift. Nice. Nicely done. Frame perfect trick. It makes the bomb explode about 1 second faster than if you just left it on the ground. Very nice. Alright, Martin is now entering the first major glitch of the run, the angle retention. First they need to throw a rollerby in this chest and pick up for the 50 rupees. Now they got enough rupees. And they just move these rollerbites into these holes so they can get through. They're going to glide through. So angle retention, they're going to jump diagonally out of a hole. And that's going to give Link a diagonal facing value when you normally shouldn't have a diagonal facing value. This lets us pull objects diagonally, so we're going to pull this pillar diagonally out of bounds because it doesn't do collision checks properly. Objects aren't supposed to be pulled diagonally. We're going to pull it out of bounds, we're going to pull it over the loading zone, and it's going to delete the loading zone. We're going to push it and then pull it back into bounds because we want the item that's in it. It's a small key. So we're going to push it into the spot, grab the small key. Now there's some blind movement that they're going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls. Oh wait, no, Martin's doing a different setup. This one's a little bit riskier, saves a little bit of time, but they do it. They nailed the movement and land out of bounds in a few rooms' time and land on the bridge. That if you don't land on the bridge, you soft lock and have to save and go back to the beginning of the dungeon. Right, mini boss fight. This bit's a bit of a hectic section of the run. They're going to get the... They didn't get the quick kill on the mini-boss. The bottom left guy didn't die to their first spin attack. But pretty solid section nonetheless. Now they have the cane, they can just use the small key that they picked up. We skipped a locked door earlier in the dungeon, and we can use the first small key on the second locked door and skip a big section of backtracking in that section and just go into the basement immediately. Martin's going to do some minish movement here, but now we're going to see Commande getting to the angle retention. See how they fare. So Martin's going to be getting to the second angle retention at the same time Commande's doing their angle retention. So they're going to grab this rollerby and put it in the wall, in line with this pillar there. And then they're going to grab another rollerby and throw it into this like spot over there. They managed to hit the other rollerby just so that it doesn't get in the way. Do another angle retention to pull this diagonally out of the corner. It's faster than just putting all of the rollerbites into the corner. then do another angle retention, pull it into the wall, and then do another angle retention, grabbing it. When we grab it with angle retention, we get displaced from where we should normally be. We get hit by the roller bite up onto layer 2 and hit the screen transition, and transition to the next room on layer 2. And then on layer 2, we can just skip directly to the pre-boss room and just do we roll into bounds and grab a fairy and then go straight into the boss. Nicely done. Gonna see the Gleerock fight. Gleerock, another very similar to the first boss. It's just a 3-cycle. You should be doing it within a couple seconds every time. There's basically no RNG involved, except for how long it decides to shoot the fire for as it sprays, but the direction that it kind of aims it is determined by your position in the room. So if you stay at the bottom of the room, Gleerock's going to get out at the bottom of the room and then decide to do their action like that. So the fastest patterns that you can get is if you knock down Gleerock's head so that they're facing down in the first cycle, up in the second cycle, and then down in the last cycle. Also, this boss is kind of nice in that it sprays fire all along the floor, and they have a really high chance of dropping hearts. So if you enter on low health, you can get RNG in your favor, and it will just give you hearts, or it can be mean and not give you any hearts whatsoever, and that hurts. Alright, Martin's going to be finishing up Gleerock. Let's see Commande doing the second angle retention. This is a relatively easy trick, so shouldn't be seeing anyone making huge mistakes on it. It's the first trick you learn when you do the speed run, and it's very beginner friendly. What's not beginner friendly though is the reason why we grabbed that fairy. Immediately after the dungeon, we're gonna have to be doing a trick called Krenel Clip. This is a pretty tight trick, and if you fail it, you lose 12 seconds each time you retry it, so you can end up losing a lot of time. But we're going to be getting it out of bounds here in the Mount Krenel section. We needed a fairy in a bottle to do map glitch. Sorry, not map glitch. I've been playing too much Echoes. What's it called? Bottle invulnerability. We're going to get bottle invulnerability. If you dump a bottle whilst stood in front of a sign, or really an NPC or anything that you can interact with, in the middle of the dumping animation, if you press R to talk to the thing, like the sign, it cancels dumping the bottle, and you're in a glitch state where you're just invulnerable to damage. So we'll see it from Martin here. So they do it there, and then they can just walk through all of the enemies at this point. They can't roll, but they can sword slash. I'm going to position this rock beetle into a spot so that it's going to sit on us and push us out of bounds. Oh, Martin hit that sign. Oh no, Martin hit the sign and killed it. Yeah. Martin climbed on the wall, which killed the trick, and you can get the trick again by reading the sign, but because they slashed the sign, they had to reset the room, and they have to get the rock beetle all the way back to the position here. Right, this is a 2-pixel window that they have to land in. I think they got it, but then they adjusted back up. Alright, this is too high. Perfect. Okay, they didn't have good timing there. Yeah, they're taking damage. Every time they land on the rock wall, they have to do this setup again. So what they're going to aim to do is do a slash... They're going to push against the rock beetle and do a slash turn, and then start holding right, like so. Perfect. Right, now it's going to sit on them. It's going to trigger a jump out of bounds. Nice, they got it. Yeah. That is tricky. It's hard. You can end up losing a lot of time on this split. Now this is just out of bounds movement. They're gonna land out of bounds in Trilby Highlands. They're not gonna go for McGeehaw, a strat that saves 3 seconds and loses 12 if you don't get it, and it's completely luck based. But yeah, we need to go and read that sign. And that skips having to unlock the red sword. Normally you need the red sword and clones to be able to go and activate the section. To read that sign. That sign begins the progression flags for the next part of the game, where we can go and get the boots. Now let's have a look at Commande doing it. Are they going to get it first try? They're 1 pixel high. They got the right lineup. Did they push against the rock beetle long enough? Are we going to see them do the jump? Nice, they got it. First try. Yeah, Commande's going to be saving a decent chunk of time over Martin there. That helped bring them back a little bit closer than they were. Are they going to go for McGee-Haw? Or are they just going to do the safe strat? Nah, they're not doing McGee-Haw. Ooh, really unfortunate from Commands. There's 2 Moblins in this section. And normally if you hit an enemy, if you get hit by an enemy, you take a quarter of heart of damage. But the Moblins, if they use their spear on you, it does a whole heart of damage. That's a lot of damage. We're not going to be healing until the end of the next dungeon, ideally. So all of the damage that they take here... Oh, sorry, we're not even going to be healing at the end of the next dungeon. But yeah, you kind of don't want to be losing too much health in this section, because we're going to be losing health throughout all of the next dungeon as well. In the meantime, we're doing the book quest now. Talk to the shoemaker, get the quest to tell us to go over to Minish Woods, and yeah, make our way over there. Yeah, an important thing in this section is that we need to activate the Wind Crest in town. That lets us fast travel to town. Later on, when we get the Ocarina, there's gonna be some things in town that we want to do, and it's also the fastest walk point to Hyrule Castle, and we're gonna be going there twice. So yeah, we need to get that. If you don't get it, then, well, you have to walk to a different warp point and then waste a bunch of time heading back to town and then activating the warp point. Alright, Martin gets the mushroom. One of the important things about the rupee route, not something that you have to actually pay attention to whilst you're doing a run, but the order that we collect the rupees in makes sure that we're at least 11 rupees at this point after you buy the mushroom. And it's important that we have that many rupees, because it makes sure that the RNG, the item drop table is the right table when we go to Swamp. We're going to be doing an RNG manipulation to get Kenstones, and depending on how many items we have, how many bombs we have, how much health we have, how many rupees we have, how many arrows we have, it will choose different drop tables. But we always want to make sure that we have the right one, so we make sure we have the right like combination of items. So yeah, you need more than 0 bombs. You need to be not at critical health, so they've got plenty of health right now, and they got enough rupees. And we're gonna grab the bow, which is gonna make sure that we're gonna have enough arrows, because we're not gonna use the bow, so we're gonna have 30 arrows. Yeah, the boots is super nice. Gonna let us just dash through the overworld, not having to roll everywhere. Rolling, you have to do a precise timing on your roll. You have to press roll within like a frame or so after the end of the previous roll in order to do it. If you do it too early, if your input gets eaten, then you don't do the roll. So rolling is a bit tricky, but boots, you just hold the button and you just go fast, zoomies. Right, Martin's got a fight coming up here. This is heavily RNG based. Yeah, they got hit immediately and then they all split up. Not an awful fight, but yeah, the RNG could have been nicer. Alright, Martin's going to be doing swamp manipulation now, so We're going to see what they do. They have a bunch of different options. They're going to make sure that they got the boots equipped and then do their save and reset. Save and reset resets the RNG to a known value every time we we just go from a save a reset. So they're going for Toad's double into P hat. They got the 2 Kinstones. How's the timing here? Excellent. They got the P hat. Right, so now we got P hat clip coming up. They're going to grab this P hat. All of this movement was specifically timed so that the P hat would move based off of RNG to this spot here. We just manipulated the RNG value by doing the same movement every time. We're going to put it into this corner, and there's a geometry error. Like, the devs just left a gap that let us exploit this hole here in that corner. They tried going for it, but the P-hat wasn't in the right spot. The position of the P-hat is extremely precise. Yeah, no, the P-hat's not going into the right spot for them. Meanwhile, Commande's going to be starting Swamp Manipulations. Going to see how they do as well. Martin gets the P-hat clip. Nice. And they're on layer 2 now. They're above all of the walls, and you can just go out of bounds, skipping all of Swamp. We don't need to do any of the Kinstone fusions. And we land out of bounds in Wind Ruins, and we can just go out of bounds to the next dungeon. And they just go up here. Commande's doing a completely different manipulation here. They've gone into this cave to get 3 Kinstones, and they got them. And we're going to see how the RNG is here. Nice. They got this set up first try. And they're going to be pulling the P-hat up. Yeah. The difference between Commande's and Martin's setup is about 10 seconds, but Commande's has gets an extra Kinstone. We're going to need 4 green Kinstones. Martin got 2 of them so far. Commande has 3. So in this dungeon, Commande's only going to have to get 1, but Martin needs to get 2. So the first one is this trick right now. Martin's going to be doing lever clip. So they did a save and reset at the beginning of the dungeon to manipulate this Armos to go into that spot and push us into the other Armos. We can grab that lever without having to shrink, which is really important because we can't shrink because well, we don't have the clones to do the clone puzzle. Okay, nice backup from Martin there. The Armos, they had to kill the Armos to get the green Kinstone, and the Armos didn't move in the way that it was supposed to, and you need to account for the amount of times RNG would have adjusted differently because of that. And they did the correct backup for that and nailed the Kinstone. Right, they're continuing the RNG manipulation right now. All of that movement in there was done in a precise way. Commande's going to be doing the same manipulation right now. So Commande only needs to get that first Kinstone. Martin needs to get the second green Kinstone from this hill on this Dark Nut. Looks good. Yep, they get the double slash, and then there's the last Kinstone. So Martin has all 4 of their Kinstones. Commande got the lever clip. Are they going to kill the Armos and get their last Kinstone? Excellent. Yeah, they got it. They both have their Kinstones now. Fortress is so tough. Yeah, Martin was double checking his Kinstones there, just making sure. Yeah, they have the right Kinstones. Commande also, they can check if they want to, or if they're pretty confident they have the right Kinstones. Yeah. Commande tried to continue the manipulation here. Their RNG is slightly off. They need to cut a roll, I think, or do an extra roll. I can't remember what that one is. Yeah. Sorry, in the meantime, Martin was doing their second Armos clip. After we get the mitts, we go all the way back to this room. And manip the Armos to go into the bottom left corner so that it can clip us through into this section, so we can get to this minish portal. We're now going to be doing portal items. This is a 5-frame window, and then they get it. You place a bomb, you use the mitts while sliding against the portal, and then the mitts clank activates whilst you're jumping onto the portal, and it pushes us offset like higher up, and then we can jump really far into the wall, but not quite far enough into the wall to get up onto the layer 2. But that bomb is in the we place and explodes at the right time just to push us up onto layer 2. Yeah, the bomb explosion has a 5-frame window that you can hit, and it can be a bit tricky to see the bomb frame sometimes because of where you place the bomb, and if the Link stood in the way, you can't quite see the bomb at the right time. You're going to see Commande doing the armor's clip. You try rolling into the corner and, until the armor's clips you. There you go. They got it. Martin's going to be doing the Mazal fight. Commande got the portal items, and they've entered Mazal as well. So the trick with Mazal's pillars, like when you go inside his head, is it's never the same as the previous cycle. So Martin saw that it was in the bottom left in the one that they just did, so they know when they go inside the head for the next time, it's going to not be inside the head. Also, Martin's showing off the boot cancel strats. If you have boots and bow equipped, when you fire an arrow with the bow, if you tap the boots immediately after the arrow is being fired, it cancels the put away animation for the bow, and it speeds it up. Yeah, this boss has a lot of RNG involved in what the hands decide to do. One of the hands will decide to go and attack Link immediately at the beginning of the cycle, and which hand it chooses is RNG, and if it's on the side that you're on, then it's bad because you don't get to hit the arm as fast. And then, yeah, the pillars. If it's some of the back pillars, it takes longer to dig to, and you end up losing a lot of time. Alright, so Ocarina. Ocarina is the most broken item in this game. Let's just do the Ocarina glitch. Gonna have to do a little bit of setup low. We're gonna use the Ocarina glitch to break into the next dungeon without having to use flippers. Yeah, these guys are close. Like, they're within a minute. It's gonna be tight. Okay, so both of them intentionally didn't get the heart container because we're going to be doing a death abuse. Martin's getting down to half a heart. A bomb does exactly half a heart damage to us. I'm going to be doing the Kinstone fusions with all the Tinkle Brothers as well. We need the magic boomerang. The magic boomerang lets us do a glitch in the next dungeon. So we're going to use the Kinstones that we collected earlier. But Martin is going to be going to Lon Lon Ranch now. This Tingle Brother is in a cave that is locked by a clone puzzle, and we can't do the clone puzzle. So we're going to be doing a glitch called Portal Jump Storage. We're gonna kill the tree, and then we're gonna leave the room and come back. And then we're gonna be doing this setup to die as we open a door. Martin's going for the Eslo buffer strats, so they're going to be watching the frames on the bomb and using advancing by holding the talk to Eslo button, and it always advances 2 frames at a time. So if they go from a known value, that's good, a known starting position for like the bomb, they can. Oh no, they went into the Eslo trigger. There is an invisible Eslo trigger there that kills the Ocarina glitch if you go into it, but with Ocarina glitch. Nice backup there that they need to go and get the Ocarina glitch again. No, they jumped too early. Oh, they're gonna have to do the setup again. Commande is now ahead. Commande's going to be doing the setup here. Commande's going to be doing a different setup that is just input-based. Martin's setup is slightly faster, but Commande gets the Ocarina glitch. If you jump on this portal with Ocarina glitch without having gone near the portal, it jumps us towards the room origin, which is somewhere in the top left-hand corner. There's somewhere in memory that keeps track of like the coordinates of the most recent portal that you've gone near, so it knows where to jump Link towards. The initial value for that is just coordinate 0, 0, and that's somewhere in the origin, the top left corner of the area. So yeah, the game's trying to jump us in that direction, so we can go to the edge of the portal and jump and exploit that to get out of bounds up the top. This is a big change up. Commande got that flawlessly. Yeah, Octoclip is going to be a huge decider for this race. It can swing a minute in either way, just at Octoclip. This is extremely close. This is within 10 seconds. So, a little bit of RNG here. They've both got fairies. This tree has a 15 in 16 chance, so like 96% or something like that chance of dropping a fairy. There's a 1 in 16 chance that it drops a kinstone, and it can happen, but it just, you need to go and get a fairy somewhere else. They should know where the backup fairy is, though. Martin's got some really clean movement, though, that manages to get an overtake. Yeah, we're seeing before all of these tricks, everyone's going to be doing saves because it's too easy to make a mistake and your run to die. But if you do a save just beforehand, you only lose like, 15-20 seconds and you can keep going. It's not over yet. There's going to be some real hard tricks coming up. After we go, like, right now they're going and getting the boomerang by going into all 4 of these and hit trees and hitting all 4 of the switches. Gonna get the magic boomerang. Need to damage down and do another death abuse. We're gonna be doing a death abuse in Lake, and that is it's gonna be the same as the Lon Ranch one. Pretty sure Martin's going to be going for an Eslo buffer setup, which has the potential to be faster, but it's harder to execute. And Commande's going to be doing just a movement setup that you just hold directions and stuff, and everything lines up perfectly so that the frame that you enter the door, the bomb explodes. All right, Martin gets the perfect spot on the tree to damage down. Nice. Commande also gets the spot. It's pretty luck-based whether or not you get into that spot or not. Martin saving in Lake. We're going to see how they do here. Are they going to go for the... They are going for Eslo buffer. Nice, they get it. Alright, Commande's beginning their setup now. Martin gets the Ocarina glitch first try. Commande gets the death abuse. Are they going to get the Ocarina glitch? They got the Ocarina glitch very quickly. Commande goes for a very interesting way of doing Modern, where they strafe back and forwards across the doorway. Doing it in both directions. They got the Ocarina glitch real quick there. But yeah. Not huge in terms of time shifts there. They both managed to nail that and not lose too much time. Right, there's going to be another Ocarina glitch here. Martin's taking a lot of damage. Martin gets an Ocarina play. That loses about 2 seconds. Oh, they walk down the stairs. Walking down the stairs loses 8 seconds. Commande got the Ocarina glitch and is ahead now. Right, Martin does get Ocarina glitch, though, right after. Alright, we're going to be getting on to layer 2 now with the Ocarina glitch. And just skipping the small key. And going directly and getting the boss key. Gonna just do some ice block pushing here. Oh, ice physics. Ice physics are so bad. It's so tricky. You just end up getting caught on corners and your momentum... the momentum just behaves so weirdly on ice. This is no one's favorite section. Right, now here's going to be the boss door clip. Going to be using the boomerang to open the door whilst holding the boomerang whilst it's outstretched, and you don't transition to the next room, and we're out of bounds. And we just do some blind movement here. Commande gets a decent spot. Martin's so close to soft locking there, but manages to like just nail that absolutely perfectly. Because Martin caught that so tight, they managed to save a lot of time there and are almost synced with Commande right now. This is so close. Like, it's literally just going to come down to Octoclip. There's not much else between here and Octoclip. Just the Bluetooth fight. Yeah, this fight is basically just a refight of the first boss. There's going to be some RNG involved in when it decides to jump and how long it stays on the ground for. Yeah, Martin got a faster first cycle. The amount of time it's electrified for is a fixed amount. That's always going to be the same, so you can anticipate when the electricity is going to run out. I don't know the exact amount of time it is, but it is a fixed amount. Okay. And in the final cycle, unlike Green Tube, we want to see it jumping multiple times. If it jumps once and then starts charging after you, it can end up jumping when it is vulnerable, and then we can't kill it quickly. It's just bad RNG boss, but Martin gets a clean fight. Commande loses a little bit of time in this fight, but doesn't lose too much time. And now, there's nothing else left, it's just Octoclip. Gonna see how this goes. So Octoclip, we're gonna be pushing a pot into a corner, and then doing a precise sub-pixel setup where we just move our link to a very precise position, and then we need to do start walking diagonally and then do a roll, and it's a 1-frame trick to do that roll, and then we get launched into the corner and clip through the wall. The setup we do means that you need to do the roll 23 frames after another input that we do. Okay, so we're going to go to this corner, Gust Jar use, second Gust Jar use. Martin gets a first try with the Solid Slash strat. Commande's tried to do the grab strat, grab into the roll and got it, and didn't get it first try. Alright, we're going to see how Martin gets the manipulation. Oh no, it's not over. There is an RNG manipulation. That had to be done under precise conditions to be able to do a manipulation as well. I think Commande tried a second try and didn't get it. Not sure what the RNG Martin is on, but they did 3 rolls there. Yeah, if you can get Octoclip within, like, 2 tries, potentially 3 tries, you can continue into a manipulation. If it takes any more tries than that, you are not getting a manipulation, but you just have to keep trying until you get it. I didn't see what the pattern Martin got. I think it was the 8 roll, and they've got the manipulation, yeah. They spotted the pattern, they did the right actions, and that is 0 ink. That was a very, very clean dungeon. Right, Commande gets Octoclip. Right, there we go. Consistently a frame late. Yeah, it's frame perfect, so if you literally a frame late, you don't get it, and it's that rough of a trick. But we're going to be seeing Commande's fight. Are they going to get lucky, and are they going to not get any inks? So the movement Octo does in the room is determined by our position and the where we position ourselves in the times that we move through the room. That determines how Octo moves. The only thing that's really RNG based is what they do at the end of the fight. If they do one of many different actions. But it basically comes down to 3 situations. Either you get 0 inks, you get 1 ink, or you get 2 inks. 1 ink costs 30 seconds, so 2 ink costs 1 minute. Right? Yeah, they're not going to be able to use any rock patterns here to determine the manipulation. The RNG is at a completely different stage now, so we can't be able to use the rocks to be able to determine what it's going to do. Yeah, they got sucked, so this is going to be an ink. We don't know how many inks it's going to be yet. We know it's just at least 1. In the meantime, Martin's going to be going and upgrading their sword. They're going to be doing a double sword upgrade. We delayed upgrading the sword so that we can upgrade it twice and save having to do an extra trip to the castle. So they're going to skip the red sword, upgrade to the red sword, but then immediately upgrade to the blue sword. We need the blue sword for the next time. Okay, Commande only got 1 ink. That's only 30 seconds lost. But they did have to retry Octoclip many times. So they probably lost about a minute and a half. It was a 106. I didn't see what time Martin had at Water Element. We'll be able to see at the Enter Palace. Yeah, we're going to be seeing Octoclip be absolutely brutal to people in this tournament. It's most likely going to be the cider in a lot of situations. Like, people can just go into it tied, or they'll go like that. It can just wipe out an advantage, or it can just completely blow it in one direction or another. I mean, the race is still not over. There is plenty of mistakes that you can make in the last 2 dungeons that lose more than 2 minutes. Yeah. If you die in the next boss, yeah, you're gonna lose like 3 minutes at least. Or getting grabbed, yeah. Like, there's a lot of little things that can happen that are not, in fact, little. They kill your run. Or you just open the door like, we're going to do another boss door clip. And sometimes you just don't, like, you can just open the door and not do the trick. And then you have to do the second half of the dungeon. Yeah. Alright, so we've got Palace coming. Martin had a 108, low 108. 108 or something like that. Oh, that... Yeah, this first Room of Power sucks. Just the enemy RNG. It's just awful. Yep, Stalfos, one hit kills your clones and you just lose 10 seconds having to go create clones again. Well, at least the best dungeon of the run is immediately after Octo, just to wipe away the, you know, the bitter tears of the Octo clip being a pain, being awful to you. You can just have fun playing Palace. Alright, Martin gets the quick kill on the Wizrobes. Gets their cane, the cape. Cape is one of the best items in the game. It's so cool to like the techniques and the strats that we can use it for. It's such a shame it's so late in the run. The movement is just fun as well. Alright, we got another trick coming up here. Stair clip from Martin. We're going to void out to reset our sub-pixel values and then do a precise line up here. We just need to do a pixel line up here and the sub-pixels will be sorted perfectly. Yeah, and yeah, there's just a corner that we can just clip through. And we're on layer 2 and we skip all of the auto-scrollers in this section. Alright, time to go get a small key. Yes, despite playing on Switch, rewinding is banned. If anything bad happens, you do have to just live with your mistakes. Alright, we're going to be doing Wurble Hop there. Nice. Nothing in this dungeon is super hard. It's just fun to execute. It's just it's just like a skill check. There's no like awful frame perfect tricks or anything like that. Commande's going to be doing their Wizard by. They're going to do this cleanly as well. No, they missed the last Wizard. Okay, that loses a little bit of time. Oh, and it teleported again? Oh, that's unfortunate for them. Martin killing the chain soldiers. That look decently clean. I think they got a hit, but they have really good health right now, so they don't need to be worried too much. I don't know if they got health before going into the... They pick up a fairy and a bottle at the beginning of the dungeon. They're not going for health. They don't have a fairy in a bottle. Okay, they got the boss store clip. I guess they're going to be going into Georg with just under 5 hearts. Alright, they're grabbing a heart. They are basically on full health going into Georg. This should be fine. Commande's lining up for the stair clip. They get hit. Alright, Commande's going to be playing through the dungeon as well. Yeah, Georg. The eye patterns that spawn are random. There's 4 different patterns, but if you make the clone pattern the way we do, it just works no matter which one. And then you just need to... Like, one of the 4 eyes on the blue one will open, and it's random, and we just spin and hope for the... like, that we actually hit it. With the right timing, and you can do, like, a quick reaction. Like, if you see it, just to quickly move towards that one and then do the spin, you're likely to get a double hit and kill it in one cycle. Very clean first section of the boss for Martin. There's not... The RNG doesn't really affect anything up to this point of the boss fight. Now, this is going to be where the RNG is going to start coming into play. Is the Georg going to be flying through? No, it stays down the bottom. Martin manipulating the orb shots to stay out of the way. Very nice so far. Yep. Didn't get hit by any of the greens. Yeah, and they... So some of the greens being painful here at the end, but that was a very clean fight nonetheless. That was a very, very good Georg fight. Alright, Commande's going to be heading on through here now. Oh, they didn't get the kill on the hot chain soldier. I think it's on one hit. Oh no, it was 2 more hits. Yeah. Commande's on lower health than Martin was at this point. Yeah, Commande is about 2 minutes down at this point. Yeah, they don't have a fairy either, but they did equip the boomerang right now because they're going to go get that fairy from that spot. Luckily, because our route involves getting the magic boomerang, we can use it on sparks and get free fairies. So if you're ever low on health in the end of the run, it's pretty easy to get health and doesn't cost too much time. Alright, we're going to see how Commande's fight goes. In the meantime, Martin's going to be doing the double Moblin fight. They're not going for boomerang strats. They get a decent enough fight without the boomerang. Meanwhile, Commande's on the second phase of Georg, looking good so far, getting a decent amount of damage in. Bait these shots away. They always aim for Link's current position, so you can just... Wherever you stand is where you're going to bait the shots out of the way. Respawns on the blue Georg. They're going to get the spin here. Yep, nicely done. Alright, third phase, RNG. Is it going to behave nicely? Yeah? Yep, they're able to dodge this nicely. Ooh. And yeah, this is going to be a clean third cycle. Ooh, they were a little bit late on their timing on the spin there, but they managed to get... If you get the first spin, you just want to be mashing after the, for the second one, because it's 2 hits away from dead. They lose a little bit of time there, but honestly, a good Georg fight as well. Alright, we've got a little bit of downtime now between now and the beginning of the next dungeon. Martin's going to be watching the stained glass cutscene that's like more than a minute. Oh no, Martin reset. Oh, that's gonna lose a lot of time. Okay, come on, going for boomerang strats on these moblins makes the fight easy. One thing we have to be careful about with that moblin fight is we don't climb the ladder after we kill the last moblin. We need to let the cutscene pull Link onto the ladder, not actually climb onto the ladder ourselves, because that causes a soft lock. And the last save was before the dungeon, like when we got the sword upgrades, and that's like 8 minutes. Yes, it's about 8 minutes time loss. So yeah, don't do that. Right, Martin's going to be heading into Dark Horror Castle now. Right, cutscene walking. This is just a quick and easy 10 seconds saved. About 11 seconds, actually. We just activate the... we activate each NPC in the middle of a text box, and we're just able to walk around and do actions whilst the cutscenes are playing, which you shouldn't be able to. Right, they're going to do the stair clip here. They get a nice setup. They need to keep moving. Oh, that should be good. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Oh, they got the clip first try. Yeah, they went for a setup, but then they didn't get the right position, and luckily the clip is just luck-based if you don't do the setup. So yeah, you can just try it and try and get lucky. It's basically a 50-50 if you get it or not. Right, strat here, cannonless. They're gonna get cannonless. Oh no, the left cannon didn't activate. Yeah, they're gonna have to resort to using clones. Oh, they get decent timing on that. Only loses a few seconds. Not the biggest time loss. Yeah, luckily those moblins didn't get in the way, and they got their small key. Alright, time to do some Ocarina glitches. Yeah, they've both had very clean Ocarina glitches this run. There you go, Martin takes a couple seconds to get that, but they only lose about 3 or 4 seconds. Not the biggest time loss. Ocarina glitch is also frame perfect, so, you know, shouldn't be too upset with taking a try or two to get a frame perfect trick. They already got Octo Clip first try, so I think they'll be pretty happy with that. You'd definitely take first try Octo Clip over first try Ocarina glitch. Right, Commande's doing a setup here. That didn't look like a normal setup. Is their position good here? They'll need to kill that moblin to get out of the way. It looks like they're too far left. Oh no, they got the right spot there. There we go. They got about 3 bonks. Yeah, Martin's got the Ocarina glitch twice now, and they're coming through here. What's that? Right down, down? What pattern is that? That's not one. Okay, I don't know what their RNG is on. They must have advanced RNG completely differently. Commande gets the cannon room. I had to look away for a second. I don't know if they did. It looks like they did. Alright, Martin's doing all of the door jumps with their last last OG of the run performed. Get the chain soldier fight kill. They're on the right RNG. They've got the minute going right now. So, I believe. Oh no. Okay, so they didn't. They didn't get the quick kill on the Black Knight, so they lost the RNG value there. Now the question is, are they going to go for Manipulus? Are they going to go for the Manipulus angle retention with the Stalfos room, or are they just going to play it safe and go to the right-hand side of the dungeon? They're going to the left, they're going to go for the angle retention without a minute. Ooh, there's a lot of them over there. Oh no. Oh, they're staying out of the way? Oh, nice. I think that worked? No, they're not going to go for it. Right, they're going to try again, but don't get hit by the... Don't get grabbed. Commande's trying to get Ocarina Glitch a few times here. Martin's trying to get the angle retention. Okay, they got the angle retention. Right, so Martin doesn't have anything else left to do other than go and fight Batty. Commande is on the second to last Ocarina Glitch. Okay, they got the Ocarina Glitch. Well, okay. Commande went to the wrong room, and that changes the RNG, so they won't be able to continue the RNG manipulation. If they went for it. If they were going for the deep Dark Coral Castle angle retention minute. Yeah, up, left, right is not a pattern. I have no idea what that was. But Martin is going to be doing their Vati manipulation right now. Gonna see how this goes. Martin's doing their Dark Nut minute so far. Looks clean. I think they go for Navi Lynn's one. This looks like Navi Lynn's minute. And I believe they're on the right RNG going into the Batty fight now. Come on, getting bullied by these chain soldiers. One's going to be bottling a fairy, just in case. This looks like a very clean minute from Martin so far. I don't know the precise details on Navi Lynn's setup. I don't know if that was right, though. It looks like a mistake. Yeah. Well, they've done a good job of getting the minute up to this point. That does save a decent amount of time, and now it's just some hits to kill. If it stops teleporting. No, they didn't get enough hits in. I think they only got 5 in the previous cycle then. Yeah, so Vati is on 1 health right now. 1 hit will kill. It stops teleport. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Commande is playing it safe and they're going on the right-hand side of the dungeon. They're not going to be doing the new strat. Martin did end up losing a decent chunk of time in there, though, so not the worst decision. Ooh, they almost got the Genie launch, but Martin's on Vati 2. They get a nice first cycle. This is completely unmanipulated, though. No manipulations involved. This is just skill and trying to capitalize on the good RNG that Vati gives you. Looks like the top. Yeah, Vati 2 behaves the same as Mazao, where it's not the same pattern 2 cycles in a row. It's so if you fire an arrow in the right spot, it can tell you which orientation the eyes are in. Just make sure they don't lose their clones. Oh, Vati doubles back. Okay, yeah, Martin's going to try making their clones again. Vati's not playing nice. The sword's facing down, but that doesn't... They get hit, lose their clones again. Vati 2's third cycle is so finicky. It can just decide to not... Like, you can line everything up perfectly and it just won't hit multiple times. Ooh, are they going to get it? Okay, right. Their clones are still alive. Nice, and then they get the... They get the 3 cycle. Alright. Martin only has Vati 3 left to go. Commande's doing their manipulation for the Dark Knight fight. This looks like Black's. Yeah, it gets the heart drop and the slash. Nice. Cool. So they have the manipulation going into Vati. Gonna see if they're able to do Vati. Or how much they know the manipulation. I do believe everyone coming into the tournament is going for some Vati manipulation of sorts. I don't know if everyone knows it to completion to the end of Vati 2, or if they're just going to be doing like most of Vati 1 and then calling it there. Yeah, they don't get the first cycle. But getting the Dark Nut manipulation normally saves a good 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, Vati's teleports can end up losing you like 15-ish seconds, 15 to 20 seconds if it's kind of bad. Martin's on to Vati 3. Gets a clean first arm, like getting the hit on the arm. Now they pin the thing in the corner and kill it. He kind of wanted to run away from them for a little bit. They got good RNG on the arm, it was on the last one. Commande finishes up Vati 1, going to be going on to Vati 2 right now. Martin is getting a bit low on health. If they get too bullied, it can be a problem. But they get a perfect cane hit there. Right, now for the Dark Hand. They don't have the Lantern on. Okay, cool. Alright, they're going to get the kill. Nice. Cool. They should have a decent chunk of health now. Yeah, they... from this point on, you can avoid taking any damage, so they should be pretty safe. Yeah, just need to line up and do tennis, and then it should be GG's. Alright, that's the second hit, and the next one, and then Martin's going to be done. Commande's just did the second cycle. They're on to the third cycle of Vati 2 now. And GG's to Martin. Yeah, they looked to right around about a mid 33, 133. It was around 33, 40, roughly about that. We'll be watching Commande finish out their run. I'll be hopping into the Minish Cat voice channel and send Martin an invite if they would like to come and join for the interview.
Hello.
Hello, welcome in. Just make sure stream can hear you okay. Yeah, okay, I think we got it on. Yeah, GG's, well done. How did that go for you?
Well, it was actually pretty close. It was on 93 as well. Yeah. The run was alright for, reset, I guess. I got first try off the clip somehow.
Yeah, that
lost.
you were so close together at that point. Like, one kept getting overtakes on you in the Lon. Yeah, it was the Lon death abuse.
Yeah, my my mom called me.
Oh.
So then I messed up Lon and I got soft locked. That was pretty bad. But
that
well,
I wasn't gonna hit. I didn't expect it.
yeah.
I didn't expect that was gonna be the reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I really did not expect to get first try off the clip. It's always just kind of lucky when you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been really struggling. Like, I've only been getting it 4th or 5th try, and just no minutes. So yeah, seeing it first try, that was something.
Yeah. We'll try to get it.
Yeah, I think. Were you watching the race during it? Did you see how Commande was doing? No. Yeah, Commande died in Deepwood, so ended up being about a minute behind throughout a lot of the early game.
Oh wow.
And then you struggled on.
Oh yeah, I really messed up Chrono Clip.
And they caught up a bit, but was still a little bit behind.
Damn, that sucks. Wow.
And GG's to Commande.
GG.
Welcome in, Commande. GG's.
Hello.
Hey, GG.
Welcome in, Commande.
Thanks, GG Martin.
Oh,
Hey,
hold on. Let's just
GG.
mute the. Let's just mute the. Sorry. There we go. Okay, right. Now it's just us. Yeah. So, how did that go for you?
I think he means you.
Yeah, Commande.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. How initial thoughts? How are you feeling?
Tough run.
Yeah.
The started quite hard. And yeah, the rest of the run was pretty clean except for the octoclip. But
Yeah. But the death in Deepwood was real rough for you.
yeah, the yeah,
Yeah.
that was
You ended up being about a minute behind, but throughout most of the early game until like just after Cave of Flames, Martin really struggled with Chronal Clip, and he caught up most of the way at that point until like yeah, I think both of your fortresses were really clean. Like you both got like the swamp manipulation first try. You went for different strats. It was Command, you went for the cave triple, Martin, you went for the toads double into P hat. But you got them both first try.
Oh.
Yeah,
I for the Fortress of Winds, man, it was really unexpected that I still got it because I like messed up on lever clip, and then I did like
yeah,
I did a backup somehow.
yeah.
I don't know.
I saw
That
that
was
the armors didn't move. I thought you like you factored that in and decided to do an extra slash to adjust the RNG to work.
I knew that you have to do an extra slash,
Yeah.
but I realized it too late. So then I did like the spin attack slash and then dash, and I was almost like too slow, but it still worked out in the end.
You managed to get it.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
I don't think was there anything too eventful in Fortress? I don't think other than that. Command, you seem to have a clean Fortress as well.
yeah. I just messed up the manip for the Red Kingston on the Darknet, so
Yeah.
but
And then it came to the boomerang split and the Lon Lon Ranch death abuse. You were yeah, Martin got called by his mum in the run and soft blocked.
Yeah.
And I had to do it a second try. But yeah, luckily you did save beforehand. Otherwise, you'd be back in Fortress.
Yeah.
And then yeah, when you both eventually did Lon Death Abuse and the Ocarina glitch to do the portal jump, you were tied. You were like neck and neck at that point.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw the restream.
Yeah.
But until Octoclip, we were really close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got lucky that Martin failed the Chronal Clip and London Range.
Yeah, and it really did just come down to like Octoclip.
Yeah.
I didn't count how many times it took you, but
I think it's at least maybe 8 or 9.
yeah, it was about
if
that.
not even more. Yeah, I think I would have still lost if I had it first try, but yeah, that would have been
Yeah,
so much.
only just.
Octoclip is. It just feels like RNG somehow.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But
Yeah.
GG. Nice race.
Was there anything to that really happened in Palace? Not really.
No, don't think so.
And yeah, DHC.
Yeah, I dropped both manips on DHC, but
Yeah,
other than that, I think it was pretty clean for both of us.
I think it's going to be really tough to see anyone that actually do perfect Vati manip all the way through to the end of Vati 2, but it's just about how far he can get it. Because if he gets like, to the beginning of Vati 2, or if you get it to the end of Vati 1, you can save a lot of time, even if you don't get it absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so yep, GG's to Martin. You are going to be advancing to the next round. You will get to play against, do you know
I think it's
who?
Darky or Cakery.
Yeah, it's the winner of that match. And then Command, your next match up is going to be the I don't have it up right now. I'm trying to pull it up quickly. Oh, I need to close the predictions. There we go. There we go. Predictions are closed. No one can do any more predictions.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna be playing the loser of that match. Okay, so yeah, both of you, like you're gonna be playing either Darky or Kakery, depending on how that match
Okay.
goes. I think it's been scheduled. You'll find out. Um, Friday evening for Europe. Kakery and Darky will have their match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first match of the tournament. I think everyone's knew it was going to be a bit. Everyone's going to be a bit rusty going in. You know, no one's going to be playing at the PB pace level, but it was an exciting match anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's gonna wrap it up for us. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll end the stream now. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.